back, Truth Seeker. Friday, September 14th, 2018. Early this morning, Hurricane Florence made landfall on the Carolinas. They're saying the storm is going to hover over the Carolinas, bring a lot of rainfall all throughout the weekend. A lot of mainstream reporting is saying there'll be up to 40 inches of rain. That's a whole lot in a very short period of time. A lot of places don't even get that much rainfall in an entire year. And as we talked about yesterday, the flooding began yesterday, September 13th, just before the storm made landfall. And the thing about yesterday is it was a date with 40 numerology. September 13th, 18, 9 plus 13 plus 18, 40. And in the language of Gematria, which is the language you need to know to see how these storms are being orchestrated by a code, the flood equals 40, Old Testament equals 40, United States 40, US 40, USA 40. There's 929 chapters in the Old Testament, United States of America 929. In case you've stumbled on this video and you've never seen any of my work before, please check out the recent playlist I've put together. My channel's been banned about 20 times. Since my recent comeback, I've been covering all the major weather stories in the media, and you can see how they are all done by this repetitive code of letters and numbers, which comes from Kabbalah, which is related to the Bible, which is related to the Old Testament, where you get the story of the flood of 40 days and 40 nights. And if you go throughout history, you'll see how often these same repetitive patterns have occurred. You know, if you missed the video that I put out September 5th about Hurricane Florence equals 95. It was announced in the media on 9/5. I showed why the date September 13th was the day to begin to worry. And not by coincidence, it's the day it hit. And in case you are new here, you'll notice that all this week there's been a lot of headlines about Hurricane Maria, which devastated Puerto Rico last year. Notice Hurricane Maria equals 139, like September 13th, like 13/9. There's a group of people who work by this code, and they're largely Masonic. Freemasonry has the Gematria of 139. When you flip the alphabetic order around, so does America, nation founded by Freemasons. Rosicrucians, people who are parts of secret societies that are Masonic. And you know, there's a whole lot of other riddles here. Do this year after year. If you have not read my book, Letters and Numbers, it teaches you all about this code. It teaches you about weather warfare by the numbers. It's undeniable what they have done again and again throughout history. Again, since 1952, flood equals 52 with the alphabetic order. Hurricane equals 52 with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology. Since 1952, world militaries have admitted to knowing how to induce flash flooding and increase rainfall. The UK military admitted it first in 52. The United States admitted it during Vietnam, admitting that they were using weather warfare against the Vietnamese to flood out the troops who were reliant on foot and the underground tunnels they'd built in the jungle, which with heavy rainfall got flooded out. Stuff's been going on for a long time. It's obvious that they perfect the science more and more. Look at even the storm tracker for how they showed how Hurricane Florence made its approach into the Carolinas. It was going up further, and then it bent back down. And you know where it landed? You know right where the eye of the storm came on landfall? Right on the 33rd parallel. Right on the 33rd parallel. Masonry 33, secrecy 33, Order 33, Federal 33. Ask yourself, how does a storm, which is moving in a clear direction, all of a sudden just bend back down and go right to the 33rd coordinate? It's because they're guiding the paths of these storms with sophisticated technology that they've been developing for decades. Somebody also told me that they saw the word nuclear in relation to this storm, so I'm going to do some research on that myself. Come back with another video here. Till next time, Truth Seeker.